Check it out. So I just got back from the junkyard. Got a passenger seat, aka a driver's seat for left-hand driver, whatever. So what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Not much going on today. I'm about to head over to AD's house. I just went to the junkyard, like I just said, picked up a seat. Main reason I went there was for the Civic headlight connectors because the JDM1 pieces I have run the H4, I think, bulbs. So I needed different connectors, and I got that. And I just even got the little black piece for my center console. So pretty good junkyard day. Not really anything crazy that I needed, but you know, I went there, got what I needed. But yeah, I'm gonna go over to AD's house. He's gonna help me wire in these quick, because I don't really know which wires are supposed to go to what. So, and then shortly after that, a couple hours after that, I'm gonna head over to James down at work, down at his work, and we're gonna get the car lined. I got my speedo issue solved, so I can't really show you because it's a pain in the butt under the dash and all that. But basically, what we did when I did the K-swap, when I originally did the K-swap, I was running a RSX speed sensor. So by doing so, I didn't have the cluster speedometer working, obviously because the DA is cable-driven speedo. So we finally figured out how to run a cable one, how to get signal to the cluster, so we did that. And in doing so, we unpinned the signal wire for the speed sensor, electrical speed sensor to the ECU. So basically I just found the wire that we repinned it with and depinned that wire and repinned the signal wire. So it's working now. I can rev it out. So that means everything on the car works. I still got to roll my new driver side fender. It's not a new fender, but you know, my new driver side, the fender that's on the side, because it is rubbing a bit, especially on bumps. Not so much flat roads, but yeah, definitely on bumps and hard turns. But I'll do that probably this weekend. So for now, like I said, go over to AD's, get these wired in so I got some headlights so I can, you know, drive home safely in the evening and get it aligned so that way I can drive safely in a straight line. And if you're wondering as to why there hasn't been an intro, like intro the last two videos, I got copyright striked for my intro randomly because the song, I don't know how they copyright striked it or who copyright striked it, because it's literally just like 6 seconds of one of my songs and then it's just dubbed twice. So I don't know how that's whatever. But yeah, so until I find a new song and create a new intro that I feel is appropriate, I'm not gonna have like a normal intro. So I'll try and figure it out soon. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there if anybody was wondering.
After I burned it down.
Wait, this is the one that I burned down. I thought the one that burned down was the one that your buddy had bought.
This was the one he bought.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dang, okay, so...
This was the one I was working on.
Alright, so I don't know if any of you guys remember this from back in the Saturdays or for the boys' days. Remember us cruising to the parts store and I made the remark about the Bondoed mirror or whatever it was? Well, AD sold it to his buddy and he swapped a motor in it for him. And it was, what, it had a fuel leak and then it was open header?
Open header, and then it backfired and caught the fuel on fire. The engine's still good though. Nothing under here, so.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna fix it all, but we have nowhere to store this thing, so I just ripped the engine out and I needed a Accord engine for my Accord. Yeah. And that engine was perfect besides catching on the fire. Like
that's freaking, that's melted.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't even just a little crispy, that's like extra.
I was gonna replace everything, but.
Well,
yeah, I don't have the space for it. So we're just gonna scrap it. Just stole the engine out of it.
That's a bummer. Yeah. You should keep the wheels off of it too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put steelies on it.
So I know I have a dead cat on my mic, but I apologize in advance for any wind noise because it's really, really windy out here today. That's freaking gross.
Timing belt's still good though. There's a brand new timing belt. It got a little hot right here.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh.
That's just crazy. Like everything, all the hoses, the harness, the wires in here are still okay looking actually. You said you got all the wiring done on this?
I've gotten the tuck ran. I just gotta complete the engine harness. Yeah, just gotta put the engine harness on, intake manifold on. I gotta put I need a heater hose so I can loop the outlet and inlet for the heater hose.
Yeah.
Or a heater core. Because there's no heater core anymore. And then, yeah, wiring, cooling system, intake manifold, and then axles. And then this should be good to go.
You said the K20 that your buddy's dropping off is for this. You're doing it in your hatch, right?
Yeah.
Is it coming from you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said before, guys, this is the hatch that has been sitting in this spot since I met AD like 2 years ago. So I told him in exchange for doing my wiring on the conversion, I would shave his bay for him. So I'm going to be over here on Saturday. And the EK honestly looks like there's so much more, or so much less holes to have to shave than the DA, because I mean the DA has them everywhere along here, a whole bunch along here. This looks a lot more simple. And it's already stripped, so I mean, it's twice as
I did all
easy.
the hard part.
But yeah, we'll be over here on Saturday doing this, and might be able to finish it in a day. And you want to stitch weld it too?
I kind of wanted to stitch weld it.
Okay, yeah, because you already got the seam sealer off,
I
so
shot
yeah.
all that shit out of there.
Yeah.
See, everything's all done.
We should, or if you got a couple extra bucks, you should go get that zinc primer. Zinc enriched.
Oh, it's like the before you
weld it. Because even though I use the gas on my welder, like a MIG welder cleans before, or it has a cleaning action on like a flux core. I definitely would use.
Yeah, I need a wire wheel.
Yeah, I would zinc coat. So I know it's hard for you guys to tell, but I welded my seat on crooked, so it's kind of facing in a little bit. So I'm gonna have to fix that. But
See you later.
getting the headlights soldered up right now. So I ran into some issues yesterday trying to get the headlights wired up with AD. Basically what's happening is they're not getting power. What happens is the number 3 and number 4 fuse do not get any voltage whatsoever with the switch on. So after tracing some wiring, reading up on a diagram and stuff, I traced it to the combination switch, aka the headlight switch. So basically I've already flipped everything around between the left and right hand one. I confirmed the left hand drive one works and that the right hand drive one doesn't. So this is the combination switch. I've already got this one taken apart. This is the left-hand drive one. This is a circuit board out of it. So basically all the parts are interchangeable because you can see that piece in there that's for the switch, like it turns left and right. That's what this sits onto. That one I know is good. So I can do it just like that, and that's basically all it does. The only parts that are not interchangeable are these like circuit board, motherboard things, whatever you'd want to call it. I've already gone ahead and swapped all the parts around between each other, but the left-hand drive one just does not work with the right-hand drive case. I just don't know why, but nothing... the pieces just don't line up correctly, so the contacts aren't being made. The left-hand drive one obviously is the one that I used before I did the conversion. I confirmed that it works. So yeah, really big bummer. So I'm gonna have to use the left-hand drive setup for now. But I have a few guys helping me try and find one. Somebody's at a junkyard as I speak in Australia looking for me. As of right now, he found one, but the switch was snapped off because somebody's carelessness when disassembling the steering column. And I've got a few other leads, possibly in New Zealand. I've been looking on eBay. I called HMO. I called the importers in Miami, and nobody has one. It's not like this is a very common car to import, let alone mess with. And getting a right-hand drive stock replacement part definitely is not easy. So if anybody has one or has any leads on one, and I haven't posted in the comments below of this video saying that I've got one already, then yeah, let me know. But I'm going to get this together so that way I can have some headlights, and we will pick this video up on Saturday because that's when I have to go get this car aligned now, and that's when I'm now able to meet up with James because I can't go after work tomorrow, which is Friday, because it may take an hour, may take 2 hours to do the alignment, and I just don't have headlights right now to drive home in the dark with. So I'm going to put this back together, try and finish wiring on my headlights, and if all goes well, then I will see you Saturday.
So don't mind the super messy hair, I just woke up. Saturday now, like I said, we're continuing this video, and so if we get in the yard, come on, you dummy. I just realized my dog ran out because the gate was open for some reason. But yeah, so I got my left-hand drive combination switch, headlight switch, whatever you're familiar with calling it. Got that installed. AD came and wired up the headlights. Headlights work, except for just a weird issue is that the driver's side, my new driver's side, fog light and high beam don't work. So, you know what? I think I'm pretty sure that fog light is because I'm getting power to the switch. I'm getting power at the outside of the headlight housing, but I'm not getting power to the bulb. So that means there's a break in the wire somewhere from that connector on the fog light or on the headlight assembly to the inside, because if you know one piece is the fog light, say it's here, the wire runs internally through here to the plug back there. So I'm gonna have to either try and find another one-piece headlight for my right side of the car, or I'm gonna have to try and disassemble that one and see if I can't get that wire fixed. Yeah, it has continuity to ground and everything, and so I know it's all good. The other one works. Right now I'm gonna go get new headlight bulbs because I don't know what bulbs came in here. For some reason I have a feeling that if they are the original bulbs to the headlights, that the first setting has to be daytime running lights, because these things are incredibly dull. Like, I could not see a foot in front of the road last night. It was just illuminated enough to tell that I had headlights on. So I tried aiming them, didn't have very much luck with that. I don't know. They were at a pretty decent level, like from where I was sitting or standing or whatever, but they just, yeah, incredibly dull. But, you know, that's just part of it. I'll get it worked out. It's at least one step better. The headlight thing though, or the high beam though, I have absolutely no idea what's going on with that. It gets 12 volts. Obviously the low beam works, they share the same ground. High beam, you turn it on, obviously it's supposed to switch from, say, this plug to this plug. I get the 12 volts up there, but it's just not working. So I don't know, I'm at a total loss. So I guess we'll just get it worked out. I think AD is gonna try and tinker with it a little bit. I did splice in a new turn signal for my right side bumper light, because that one's always had a loose pin fit and I just could never fix it, so I just cut it, spliced in a new one. Now I got a slow turning blinker on that side finally. But yeah, I'm gonna load up the welder and the bottle into the car here, because like I said, AD may be messing with some more wiring on this just to, you know, try and help me solve this. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. He's gonna do that while I shave his bay, and I'm gonna go get coffee really quick, stop and pick up some headlight bulbs, the ones that should work, because I think Civic headlight bulbs work just fine in it. Yeah, sorry to keep talking, but let's get this day going. Alright, so I just paid for my my year warranty on the welder, just to be safe. About to head over to AD's right now. I can tell spring is in the air, dude. My allergies are killing me. Freaking dying. Had to stop for some egg rolls. Haven't eaten today, but just showed up. So I got the welder pretty much set up. Just need to plug in the power cord and attach my ground cable. AD has pretty much prepped all the holes and as recommended, sprayed the weldable primer. So pretty much good to go. Tried calling Dylan to see if he would want to come down here, but he didn't answer. So I'm assuming he probably worked last night, because he works overnights, and probably just sleeping, which is lame. It'd been cool to have a Saturdays with the boys. Haven't had that in a while, but whatever. And real quick before I forget, I want to give a shout out to a guy on Instagram that helped me try and source out my right-hand drive combination switch. His name is righthand_drive_Oz on Instagram. Although he wasn't able to send me one because the ones that he found were broken. If you guys need any like right-hand drive parts or anything, go hit him up, go check him out. He went out of his way to help me out, so the least I could do is give him a shout out on here. So yeah, if he's kind of like a junkyard dude, so if you need something, he'll go try and source it from a junkyard and pull it for you and ship it out to you from Australia. So yeah, go check him out. And staring at me. Yeah, so yeah, go check him out. I'm gonna get this set up so we can get started. Alright, so let's see, what did I write down? 130 and 15.5.
That's the perfect setting?
No, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's good. It works.
You want to use this fancy welding helmet I have?
I'll do 15.2 just to be a little bit safe. So I just want to show you guys really quick. Like I said, I did this before on my car, but I used a flux core. It didn't turn out nearly as nice. So I seem to have got the setting pretty good. I'm running 15.3 voltage with a 124 wire speed and a 6 on the inductane, which is the cleaning. And it's penetrating just enough that it's not burning through, but it's definitely sucking the two together. So I'm really stoked on that. First try with the settings. So yeah, I'm gonna basically just be doing this, filling the holes like I said, and then all the seams will be just stitching. So probably like a 20-minute update. Got the stitches all the way across here, across the back side, across the frame rail here, up to here, up to there, and then along here, and all along here. And now I'm going to start working on this side. I can't get over how much better this welder is at stitch welding and all this than the flux core was for mine. Obviously I did the firewall swap on mine with this, but when I welded that bay before I painted it white, it sucked freaking terribly to use a flux core. Like I just spatter everywhere, just would not form a bead. It just sucked. So probably like 2.5, 3 hours into it, I would assume. And I just finished up. So fully stitch welded the front end, the front half of the car, obviously. Filled all the unthreaded holes except for here in the core support because, again, this is a Domani front end. He doesn't know exactly which holes he's gonna need, which ones he's not gonna need. So he's gonna have to get the front end kind of mocked up and then he'll mark them. I'll come back and I'll do them. He also has to cut his shock towers because he has these shock tower extensions. So I'll have to come back to weld those in as well. But other than that, he has some plates for the big holes on the shock tower, like here, and then a few for here. That, but we don't have a magnet today, so I'll come back the same day I do the shock towers extensions to do those things. So just gonna have to have a magnet, you know, kind of just. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, they're almost a perfect fit, so you just hold them in place with a magnet, you just tack around it, and then you just grind it smooth, and then use like Bondo or something over it. But yeah, that's all done, and all it cost was a really burnt up hand. You're welcome, AD. Yeah, but here's just a quick little run around of them, so. So I'm just heading back to the house right now. Just finished up at AD's, so I'm gonna go do this. Try and get my seat readjusted maybe. Maybe go for a drive, I don't know yet. But it's nice out. It's just too nice to sit inside. Back at home now, trying to mess with these headlights because like I said, the bulbs that were in here before, they looked in really good shape, but they looked like running lights. And then when I turn the high beams on, this high beam does not come on and this fog light just doesn't work at all. It gets power to the headlight over there. Sorry, but for some reason it's not getting power right here, so somewhere inside the headlight is a power issue, I'm assuming, because the ground has continuity from inside the housing here. This one works good. But so I tried to retrofit my HIDs in here, so I got them to fit because pretty much all I had to do was just trim off the excess plastic, and then I wrapped a little electrical tape around it to make it a snug fit, and they're in there, but they're not working. So I'm trying to figure this out. This headlight switch over here, my driver's side one, is getting 12 volts as necessary. I just, for whatever reason, I think maybe the terminal ends, the spade connectors on here are little teeny tiny guys, so I'm about to chop those off and put on some of these bigger dudes that fit snugger, more snugly in there. So we'll see if that helps. But yeah, and then on this side, my passenger side, old driver side, it's only getting 4 volts. So it was getting 12 volts last night, now it's only getting 4 volts. So I'm thinking it could be a grounding issue because the ground inside the wheel well was not a very clean one. It had the rubberized spray on there. So I just cleaned it. I just jacked the car off, took the wheel off, cleaned it up. I'm gonna try and cut these terminal ends off for spade connectors and put these new ones on and try and go from there. But I'm gonna test for the voltage really quick on this plug and see if it's any better. But I am just at an absolute loss. Like, I feel like at this point either my harness is bad somewhere, I've got a bad wire, or bad ground, or like I don't know what to do at this point. All the fuses are good, all the relays should be good. Switches like before they were pulled, they were good. So this is just way out of my skill. All right, guys, I finally got it figured out. Well, I mean, it's figured out, but it's not figured out. So, well, yeah, let me just show you. Basically, what's happening is the ground for the right side headlight and fog light isn't working at the switch or at the plug here. So, tried testing it for continuity. It has continuity here at the G201 plug. So, really, the only thing that I can think of is that because we cut the harness in half when I took it all out before when I pulled it through, so we didn't have to depin it all to pull it inside the car. So I'm thinking maybe we just repinned it incorrectly or resoldered it together with the wrong ground. But other than that, I have no idea. So until I can either get a harness made or figure it out, I just made a jumper ground for both the fog light and the HID. So they both should be working right now. Yeah, so HIDs work. And the fogs are working. So it's at least a start. I know it's just a band-aid. I'm gonna try my best to get this ground figured out, but for now, this one will work. But I think this video has gone on long enough and jumped all over the place. So I'm gonna end it here. Hopefully you guys found it somewhat enjoyable, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, if you need some right-hand drive parts for a junkyarder, sorry, just getting my keys, then go hit up righthanddrive_Oz on Instagram, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. So anyways, guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.